Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Root Yoga Therapy. I'm your certified yoga therapist, Jasmine Leventhal, and in today's Rebuild and Recharge practice, we are going to work on spinal twist and spinal mobility. In yoga, twisting and rotation is a great way to cleanse and detox the body, and it's always important to include a little bit of that type of movement in your everyday life. So, hop into something comfy and join me on your mat. Welcome back. So we're going to get started in a kneeling position. You know, I always like my props and I love to use blocks, especially in the beginning of a practice because our bodies really are not warmed up. So if you have any tension around your knees or you have tightness in your quads, go ahead and grab a block. This is going to be a little bit higher. So first height, second height, third height, find what works for you. If you don't have any blocks, you can always use like a pillow or a bolster. To just help support you in your seat. It's also a great way, sometimes when we're tight around our hips or our quads and knees, we can be in this position but be kind of slumped over. So this helps maintain a really nice tall posture. And we're going to start by finding our consistent, equal, and really even breaths. So closing your eyes, working towards that smooth breath in and out through the nose. And just taking a moment here to settle into your practice, kind of shifting away from whatever it was that you were doing before and really coming into your space with a lot of presence. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice this morning, you can. Sometimes it's a really great way to help you stay grounded within the practice. And then on your next inhale, start to reach your arms skyward, getting really tall through the sides of your body. So really important when we're twisting to always maintain a lot of length. And then as you exhale, rotating over to your left, dropping right hand over to left thigh. And the left hand is just going to rest somewhere behind you. And you're just using that base hand as like a little bit of a lever to get you a little more rotation. And obviously we're not going to go too deep right now because we're just starting to bring that movement into our body. Now one more breath. And then inhaling, reaching the arms overhead and over to the other side. And keeping that nice, long, tall posture through the side of your body. And then again, one more time, reaching arms up and over, finding that twist. And arms up and over, landing in the twist. Good, reach the arms up and overhead, bend the elbows, place the hands behind the head. You can interlace the fingers, pressing the head into the hands. Start to spread the elbows out nice and wide, finding a lot of space through the chest in front of your body. Full deep breath in. And exhale, releasing the hands down, coming off your block. And we'll just come into a figure 4 position on your inhale. Move these guys out of the way. On your inhale, you're going to drop your belly, lift your heart, finding that cat pose. And then as you exhale, rounding your back for cow, getting that stretch through the lower back. Inhaling, dropping the belly, scooping the heart forward, keeping the gaze forward. Exhale, rounding, pressing through the mat to find that space in between the shoulder blades. Just one more. Inhaling, finding your cat pose. And exhale, rounding into your cow. And pausing here, find that neutral position. As you inhale, reach your arm up and over. So right arm first, opening through your chest. And then as you exhale, just threading the arm through and lowering down. Again, if you need some support here, You can place a block or a pillow underneath your head. Now this can be a pretty deep twist. So usually I like to extend my arm forward, but I'm going to actually encourage us to just keep our hand soft, the left hand soft, right where it was for the figure 4. So don't stretch it straight forward. And if your shoulder does not touch the mat, don't worry about it. We're just, again, welcoming this kind of movement into our body. On the next inhale, scooping out and under, reach the right arm skyward, open heart, and land the hand down. Good. Keep the hips over the knees, start to stretch the arms forward, just finding like a little puppy dog pose, getting that stretch and length into the sides of your body. So it's really key to maintain the length in your spine and sides of the body when you twist. Oftentimes, if we're just focused on the rotation, we end up shrinking in the sides of our waist, and that just creates a lot more compression. So always good to keep that space in between our twisting movements. Coming back into hands and knees, reaching the left arm skyward, big open heart. And then as you exhale, thread it through, dropping maybe onto the shoulder if you have the space. Otherwise, place a pillow underneath the shoulder, let the shoulder stay lifted off the mat. Keep the hips pressing back so you're not swaying from one side to the next. And taking one more inhale. As you exhale, slowly come through. Taking that left arm all the way up, finding that nice open heart, and then lowering the hand back down. Puppy dog pose, stretch the arms forward, keeping the hips over the knees. Good. One more full breath in. And big sigh. Good. Walk your hands back towards your shoulders. And then curl your toes. Just go ahead and hover knees off the mat. So just hovering in a plank position with the knees bent. And as you exhale, lower down. Good. 2 more like that. Hovering plank. Keep the chest pulling forward, navel drawing in. Exhale, release down. 1 more. Inhale, lift. And release. Good. Carefully shift the body forward, bending the elbows, lower chest, chin, belly to the mat. Untuck the toes, pressing through the tops of the feet. Cobra pose. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release the chest down. 2 more. Again, great to warm up the spine with some flexion and extension movements. So right now we're doing our extension. And release. Last one. Little cobra pose. Keep the elbows hugging in, feet pressing down. Legs are strong. And release. Good. Taking an inhale, press through tabletop, downward facing dog, scooping the hips up and back, moving into that flexion. One nice full breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, folding at the back of your mat. Separate your feet as wide as your mat, so just heel toe them out towards the edges. Bend into that left knee. Place your left hand in front of your left foot, maybe on a block here to give you a little bit more support. And then stretch your right arm skyward, finding that rotation, stacking the shoulder blades. Good. Keep the hips pulling back. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release the right hand down. Bend into the right knee. Sweep the left arm skyward. Find that rotation. And release it down. Good. Heel toe the feet back towards hips distance apart. And let the crown of the head just melt down towards your mat. Keep the soft bend in the knees. Crisscross at the arms or forearms, grabbing opposite elbows and letting the ears rest between the upper arms. Now it's always nice to keep that soft bend in the knees to release tension through your lower back, to release tension through your hamstrings. Taking one more full breath in. And as you exhale, releasing your hands towards your shins. Inhale, chest pulls forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in 2. And again, inhale, chest forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good, hands to hips, slowly come all the way up to a stand. And exhale once you get to the top. Good, you're gonna take a big step forward with the right foot. So stepping way forward, and then watch your feet, making sure that they're on like those railroad tracks. So a little bit wider, not so close together. If you have them too much on a tightrope, it will be really hard for you to balance. So a nice long step into a high lunge position. As you inhale, reach your arms skyward. As you exhale, bend at the elbows, open the heart, and then do that same thing we did earlier. Interlace the fingers behind your head, press the head into the hands, open the chest here. If you need to have that soft bend in the back knee, do it. If you don't know if you need it, you will feel kind of tension or compression in your lower back, and that would be a good reason to bend that back knee. One more inhale. As you exhale, begin to lean forward. As you lean forward, sweep the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers here, and stretch the knuckles down towards the tailbone. Crown of the head pulls forward, so you're getting like into this really aerodynamic position. Pause here. Good. Next inhale, reach the arms forward, stay low with the chest hovering over the front thigh. And then palms together, hands are going to come to the heart center. Good. Breathe here. One more inhale. As you take your next breath in, reach your fingertips forward, slowly drive upward, and try and keep the hands pressing together. Crescent moon shape. And then open up for a twisting lunge or a crescent. Good. You can stay here in this twist, keeping your left hip wrapping forward, your right hip pulling back. And if you want to go further, you're going to drop this the right hand to the back of the left thigh, flip the left palm, and reverse this twist. Deepen the bend in the front knee. Good. One more inhale. As you exhale, extend the left arm forward. I'm going to grab my block on the way down, and then reach the right arm up. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, release the right hand down, and step your right foot back, high plank position, and exhale, downward facing dog position. Good. Full deep breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, folding at the back of your mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Crisscross the arms. Do the opposite of the crisscross that you did before. It should feel a little different. Let the head hang. And then again, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Hands to hips, slowly driving the heart forward, rise. Exhaling at the top. Take a big step forward with the left foot. Find your nice stable stance. Have more of railroad tracks in the feet. If you need to bend that back knee, go ahead and do it. Then when you're ready, take an inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, open the heart, bend the elbows for cactus arms, and then interlace. Go one finger over from what you did before. It should feel a little different. Press the head into the hands. Find that extension, lifting the center point of the chest up towards the sky. Maybe shift your gaze up if you want to challenge your balance. Good. Full breath in. Start to lean forward, sweeping the arms back on your exhale. Interlace the same way you just did a moment ago. Drive the knuckles down towards your tailbone. Again, pulling the chest forward, shoulder blades draw backwards. Next, inhale, arms sweep forward, palms press. Getting really aerodynamic, and then slowly coming all the way up. Keep the palms pressing, maybe pulling the biceps back towards behind the ears. Full breath in. And then exhale, start to open up towards the left leg. Good. Inhale, grow tall. You are welcome to stay here for an extra breath, or land your left hand behind your right thigh, flip the right palm, find that reverse. One more, inhale. Exhale, lengthen forward, grab the block on the way down, place it to the inside of your left foot, and left arm skyward. Keep hugging that left hip back. And then keeping the length, so as we rotate, we don't just rotate and get small. We drive the crown of the head forward, keep the length, and then find the rotation as like the secondary movement. One more inhale here. As you exhale, release the left hand down. Block off to the side, step the left foot back, plank position, and then maybe dropping down to the knees, lowering all the way down onto your belly. Good. Interlace the hands behind your back once again. Drive the knuckles down towards your heels, tops of the feet press. Inhale, lift your chest, and hold here. See if you can gain a little more height through the chest, keeping the lower back extended and long, keeping the legs strong. And slowly lower it down. Rest your head to one side. Good. One more locust variation. Interlace the hands behind your back. Go one finger over from what feels natural. Drive the knuckles down towards your heels. Press down through the tops of the feet. Lift the chest. See if you can grow a little taller through the chest, lifting a little higher. And as you exhale, release down. Rest your head to the opposite side. And slowly bringing your hands back towards your ribs. Tuck your toes, press through tabletop or just straight to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Good. Taking a full breath in. Again, walk your hands like halfway back, so shorten your dog just a little bit. And then you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right shin. So sweeping into the outside of your right shin, ground down through your right hand and start to rotate your chest over towards the right side of your body. Good. One more inhale. As you exhale, switch. Left hand releases down, and then right hand to the outside of your left shin and rotate. One more inhale, and exhale, release it down. Good. Walk yourself back to a full downward facing dog. As you inhale, swoop your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, knee's going to move towards the chest, and then take the knee to the outside of your left tricep. Find the twist. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to lower the left knee down, right? So it would look like this if you want to make it easier or modify it. Otherwise, you can go further and extend the right foot out to the left edge of your mat. So you're in this kind of like twisted plank position. And then if you want to go further, you can rotate the left heel down and extend the left arm up. Good. They've called this like fallen triangle, fallen star. I just call it really hard position pose. And left hand down, Sweep it back, bring the right knee back into your chest, step it forward, pause here. That was a hard transition. So awesome job. And then back heel down, coming into our warrior one pose. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, reach the arms forward and up. And then again, exhale, hands to heart center. Lean the chest over that right thigh, and you're gonna work to hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee or thigh. So twisting warrior one. This is a really challenging pose. If this is not working in your body at all, you need to pop your left heel up and do a twisting crescent. It's gonna give you a lot more mobility in your spine, and it also in your hips if you don't have that type of mobility. If this is like no problem for you with the back heel down, you're welcome to do it. So I'll do the modification actually myself today. And if you can do both, but you feel like doing one or the other, go ahead. And then come back to center, release the hand down, and step right foot back, drop to the knees, take a child's pose before we go into the other side. And when you're ready, start to shift forward, curl the toes, downward facing dog position. And then inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, round the upper back. Pause here, take left knee to the outside of the right tricep. Again, you can stay here, and this is where you're working on your twist, right? You can stop anywhere along the way. Stretch your left leg out if you did that. Pausing here. Flipping the right heel down if you did that, and then maybe extending the right arm up. Fallen star, opening the chest, finding that rotation, keeping length. There's a lot of things happening in our body in this pose. As you take your next exhale, release the right arm down towards the mat, unwrap your body, hug left knee into chest, keep that body moving forward, step or scooch or walk left foot up to meet your hands. And then spin that back heel down, coming up, warrior one. Big breath in. Good, palms are gonna touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now the opportunity here, if you're already feeling tight, just pop back onto the back toes and lift your heel off the mat, coming into a crescent pose. Shift forward. Wrap the right elbow outside of your left knee. And then notice how my hands are by my shoulders right now. So the idea here is actually to work the hands towards the center of the chest. So grab length by driving the crown of the head forward, and then the twist. And it's very challenging. So just notice where you are. And we're not trying to force our body into places it's not ready to go. But if you're doing work consistently and you're practicing consistently, one day you will make it there. And that's not even the goal, right? The goal is just to kind of chip away, keep movement and mobility into the body. And every day might be different as well. When you come to your next in-breath, come back to center, release the hands down, step it back, drop to the knees, take a child's pose. Sitting the hips towards the heels, and then walk your hands over to the left edge of your mat. Get that stretch through the right side of your body. So you guys, for me, like, since I had both my kids, my right ribs are always so tight. I can't even explain it. It's like a lot of compression on my right side. So for me, like doing that twist on the left leg was quite hard. And I see that I have like way less mobility on that side. So it's just important to notice these things, and we can notice where we need a little more work, where we need a little more attention and love. Walk your hands back through center and then over to the other side. And every time we're on our mats, we're not like judging ourselves for not being able to do something. We're just simply being witnesses to like where we are that day. So if you're noticing some negative self-talk while you're here on your mat, I know it's challenging, but try and remind yourself that this really isn't a place to criticize ourselves. This is really a place we're just noticing and we're just practicing and we're working towards growth, right? That's really all this is. And coming back to center. Good. Shifting forward, we're going to do some seated positions and then we're going to conclude our practice. So go ahead, stretch your left leg forward, right foot's going to move to the inner sole, or inner thigh, looking at the sole of my foot, reaching the arms forward and up. Again, here's an opportunity to keep the length, find the twist, and then folding over that straight leg. And inhale, come back to center. And switch. Actually, before we switch, find a cross-legged seat, and we'll just twist on that side too. So inhale, arms up, and then rotate the body. So right hand to the outside of the left thigh, opening the chest. And then come back to center. Stretch your right leg out to the side, sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up, rotate the body, and fold. And slowly come back to center. Cross at the center of the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find the twist, landing left hand to the outside of the right knee, opening the heart. And remember, try not to hunch or slouch or compress through the sides. Keep the length. And come back to center. Really nice. Slowly make your way down onto your mat. Stretch your arms forward. Keep your chest lifted. Use some core strength here to lower your lower back, mid back, upper back. Stretch the arms back behind you. Scoop the knees in towards the chest. Give them a big squeeze. And then you can either crisscross the legs if you want, or just keep the knees stacked. You're going to drop them over to the left. So legs crossed, coming into a supine twist. And we're going to stay here for several breaths. So just see if you can just kind of surrender into this pose. If you do have your knees stacked, notice if one knee is falling behind the other. You do want them to be on top of the other. So just adjust that, because that'll change the alignment in your hips here and in your lower back. And then again, thinking about length from shoulder to hip, and then rotation. And then slowly unwind, bring the knees through center, give them a squeeze with or without the legs crossed, drop them over to the right. Again, length from shoulder to hip, opening through the chest. And slowly come back to center, giving the knees another squeeze and just a gentle rock from side to side. When you're ready, stretch the legs out, find your final resting pose. Maybe one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Taking a full breath in, kind of imagine that breath coming from the base of the feet, moving up to the legs, to the belly, to the chest, all the way through the nose, top of the head. Hold here. See if you can sip in a little more air. And then big open mouth, exhale. As you breathe out, let your body fully surrender and soften into your mat. Now, just for the sake of time, you're welcome to get out of your resting pose now. If you know you have more time, I really encourage you to stay here for as long as you can, allowing yourself to move deeper and deeper into a state of rest, recharge, restore. And if you are ending the practice with me, slowly shift to one side, using the opposite hand to help you up. It's really the best way to come up and protect your back, to be honest, which is why I always do it, in case you're wondering. And then bringing your hands to the center of the heart. Taking a moment to remind yourself of that intention if you had set one. Otherwise, just to offer some gratitude for yourself for making time for your own self-care. Thank you, as always, for practicing with me. If you want to keep supporting me, encouraging me, and allowing me more so to create more of these practices and videos with you, please don't forget to subscribe on the next slide. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.